The Baron has a most dastardly plan. He aims to source 2 wild and untamed horses and draw poor Edward to his death. A most brutal end for anyone. 2 such horses are found in a nearby woodland. A strap is attached to them, and on the strap, spurs. And every time these poor horses move, those spurs dig in and drive them forward with greater fury and madness. Edward is laying on the ground, thick rope attached about his head and shoulders. Then the horses are led a short way before they are whipped, and they speed off, dragging poor Edward behind them. An awful scene for anyone who witnessed it. 3 torturous miles later, the poor young lad's head is torn from the body, and still the horses go on to where the Kirkburn is and where it flows into the Carron, and some of the country folk come across them and are able to calm the horses, to stop them, and they find Edward's wretched body still attached. They disentangle it, and a short distance away they find his head, and the 2 are buried together in a place called the Heads, near Durrisdeer, and it became known as the Martyr Lovers. Now, when poor Agnes, I mean, it must have been a dreadful situation for the bearer of such bad news to speak to the poor girl, to see her pain. Agnes was absolutely bereft. She died instantly in her parents' arms, and she was buried with her lover. Perhaps the hope was, they had an awful start in life, but their love was true. And maybe in the hereafter, their spirits would be reunited and could experience maybe some of the joy that they so richly deserved. Well, what happened to the Lady of Morton? The word got back to her about the fate that Edward had met and that of his love. She was absolutely horrified. The guilt flowed through her veins, just like blood. She couldn't eat. She couldn't drink. She needed somebody to talk to, and she confided in friends who rebuked her. They were as disgusted as she was at herself. She ended up being confined in a lonely chamber in the castle, where gradually she pined away, becoming emaciated, gaunt, very, very forlorn state. It would seem that her conscience was far more powerful than any law that could be inflicted upon her by a human. And that is a rather tragic and compelling tradition connected to Morton Castle, a truly wonderful place. And I hope, folks, for any of you that are listening, when happier times return and you get the chance to visit, please do, because it's a wonderful location. And it really is the sort of place that you can go and just let your imagination run wild. An absolute hidden gem. And I would like to thank you all very much for listening to the story today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've ever had any ghostly or strange experiences up at Morton, please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. But above all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe, and we hope very much to see you all again soon. Thank you and goodbye.